everybody, on the heels of Broadcom's VMware Explore, checking in on some of the amazing innovations and news insights from the big week, an incredible few days, including with Bert from the Tanzu division of Broadcom. Bert, how are you?
I'm well, Evan. Thanks very much for having me.
Well, thanks for being here. Maybe introduce yourself, and how does the Tanzu division fit within Broadcom's broader vision for cloud automation and VMware Cloud Foundation?
Great. Yeah, thanks. I'm happy to do that. So I lead Tanzu's product management area. And Tanzu is within Broadcom, part of the VMware software organization. For us, we provide platform as a service that sits right on top of VMware virtual infrastructure, as well as Tanzu Data, which is our data intelligence platform that provides the data intelligence suite, again, sitting on top of VMware's private cloud infrastructure.
Yeah, when you talk about this vision of automation first infrastructure, it's an amazing journey you're on. What does that mean for enterprises kind of day to day trying to simplify their operations on the ground?
You know, when we talk with customers, and I've talked to dozens, including those at Explore, one of the main imperatives for all organizations now, especially with AI, is accelerating business velocity and therefore software velocity that really helps your business. And the need to automate the mechanism of getting ideas into code and that code into production is really paramount. And that really is the mission of Tanzu, both for applications with our PaaS solution, as well as for data with our data intelligence platform.
Amazing. And there's so much demand for automation right now, from app development, cost control, provisioning, lifecycle management, on and on. But more, where do you see the most demand and requirements coming from?
The biggest and strongest driver for all of this, as we talk with the lines of business and the app development teams, what they want is a very simple way of getting their code into production, right? So they don't want to deal with the infrastructure and the clusters and the management of pods. What they want to do is say, I have my code. I'd like this to be in production. I'd like this to be deployed in highly available configuration, like there to be at least 3 replica instances. I want it all to be encrypted, all the communication to be encrypted. You take care of it. And so the goal that we have is to make that interface to the development teams as simple as that, right? You just go and you say, this is what I need. Here's my code, make it happen. And we take care of all of the machinery. There's no Terraform templates to configure. There's no tinkering with clusters. It's just, here's my intent. Here's my code. Please make it happen. That's what we do.
Amazing. And VCF 9.0 is now out, and so much there. What are some of the highlights as far as Tanzu-driven automation updates capabilities that you think customers are most intrigued by?
So VCF 9 represents a really big step forward for VMware. It's the consolidation of the management tools as well as compute, networking, and storage. And what we have done is really work to be a push button accessory option for VCF customers, where I am working with VCF, I have a private cloud, and I need a really simple interface for my app teams. And I'd like to enable platform as a service. And so that's where Tanzu platform comes in. I really would like to have a data solution that allows me to put all of my enterprise data, whether structured or unstructured, on my private cloud. And that's where Tanzu data intelligence comes in. So that's what we did. We've established these solutions that lock fit right on top of VCF 9. And it takes advantage of a lot of the new innovations that are there in VCF 9.
Amazing. And IT leaders and practitioners are kind of worried about automation, meaning losing control or visibility, the granularity. What's your best advice for getting that balance right?
So in Tanzu, one of our philosophies is provide the control, but also with visibility. So with both our Tanzu platform, our PaaS solution, and Tanzu Data Intelligence, we provide a full set of dashboards that gives you full understanding of what's happening, inside the solution. And it gives you also control with leverage. So I'm able to set guidelines and policies that establish guardrails for the development teams and the data scientists so that I can maximize the usage of my scarce resources and skills. Right. So we provide the ability for you to have both visibility and control and provide those advanced automated services to all of your constituents, all of the application teams out there.
Amazing. And the global enterprise landscape still very siloed. Companies are very siloed internally, and breaking those down is often harder done than said. What's one of the toughest barriers to kind of end-to-end automation when it comes to those silos, and how can you help maybe?
Yeah, actually, I take that into two parts, right? So on the application side, one of the chief aspects of these silos is the ability to know what microservices are available that across my organization, such that I can leverage the ones that are there. And one of the things we're very proud about that we announced at Explore is Tanzu Platform 10.3. And in 10.3, one of the highlight capabilities is services management, where application teams can self-publish, into the platform and now make it visible by all other app teams, such that app teams can easily bind and leverage these microservices. And that's kind of the promise, right, of cloud native microservices application design, is where you build a microservice that can be leveraged and collaborated with by all other application teams. And so that's what 10.3 Tanzu platform provides. Yeah,
Fantastic.
the other aspect, if I could just mention very quickly, is on the data side. And so there's a big problem of data being fragmented and siloed. And it was interesting. I was talking with a bunch of customers. One of the terms that I heard for the first time was data modernization. And it's the idea of being able to take that fragments, those silos, and cohesively bring them in, whether they're structured and they fit within a data warehouse, whether they're unstructured and they fit within a data lake, being able to pull them together into a logical whole such that I can access them. And this becomes really important, especially when you get into AI, because AI, the promise of AI is that I'm able to establish these agents that have access to my enterprise data wherever they might live.
That's fantastic. Clearly, containers and Kubernetes are, sort of table stakes now. What is your approach to managing these at this very large enterprise scale?
Yeah, that's a great question. Tanzu Platform is one of the pioneers in container-based application development, right? So this idea of microservices, we were really at the forefront of this when we established our platform over 10 years ago. And we're really committed to this as well. We think that container-based cloud native applications is really table stakes for application development going forward. And so our aim here is to make that as simple as possible. And as I mentioned, want to make sure that as a group, as your application teams as a whole, they can work together. So it's not just you working and building your microservice in an island, but collaborating with the teams around you.
Fantastic. Love the vision, and you've delivered so much capability today. But if you were to look out a year, two, three, what does a fully automated Tanzu powered enterprise cloud look like? How close are we to your vision?
For us, and I'm sure everyone else, right? AI is changing the nature of the game for all of us. And what we've been seeing is a very fast transition from what we've been calling cloud native to AI native. And what does AI native mean? It means the connection of AI driven workloads, applications, and agents, and its governed and safe connection to enterprise data. And that is kind of the name of the game. So the things that we are working on in Tanzu are the use cases and the capabilities that allow you as an application team to really build your applications with the ability to safely access your enterprise data, and that's with targeted data intelligence. So bringing these worlds together to accelerate the development of AI-based applications.
Oh, so exciting. So now that you have your feet back on firm ground after VMware Explore, what are you excited about over the next weeks and months?
It's always so energizing to talk with customers face to face. We got a lot of great feedback and excitement around 10.3 of Tanzu and Tanzu Data Intelligence. And so what I'm really thrilled about is providing that access to our customers and getting their feedback once they have their hands on the product themselves. And we're going to really build on that success, going forward into next year.
Fantastic. Well, good seeing you there. Good seeing you today. And thanks so much for sharing an update on the vision and the big idea.
You bet. Thanks for having me, Evan.
Thanks. Thanks, everyone, for listening, watching, and sharing the episode as always. Take care.